Hello. This question involves two students, so student A and student B. Student A takes a sample from an infinite population of n is equal to 1600. Student B takes a sample from the same population, and the question is, what sample size does student B have to choose so that his standard deviation is a quarter of the size of student A's? So we're going to use this equation to solve the question. So we have the sample standard deviation of each of the students A and B, and that's equal to the standard deviation of the population divided by the square root of whatever sample size they've chosen. So you can see that for student A and B, I've rearranged the formula to allow the population standard deviation to be on one side of the equation, just so that we'll later on be able to equate these student A and student B's equations. So for student B, we don't know what n is. For student A, we know that it's 1600. Another thing we know is that the we want we in this question we want to know that, or for this question we know that student A the we know in this question that the standard deviation of student A's population is going to be quarter the size of student B's. So for that reason we're able to equate these two samples standard deviations, so that we have 4 of standard deviation of A is equal to the standard deviation of B. So we're gonna let A and B equal each other. So we get this equation over on this side, and then we have this over on this side. But I've also substituted the standard deviation of B in with 4 times the standard deviation of A that we did over here. So we have one equal to the other. So now we can start solving for n. So I'm going to get standard deviation of A and divided by the standard deviation of A on this side. So as you know, this is just equal to 1, so I'm going to cross that off. So now we're just dealing with square root of n is equal to this number on the left hand side. And if we square root both sides, if we square both sides, we're going to get n on the right hand side, and we're going to square the top and square the bottom. So on the top we're just going to have 1600, and on the bottom you're going to have 16. So you can you can find out pretty fast then that 1600 divided by 16 is equal to 100. So this is the sample size that you'd need for that student B would need to choose to get quarter of the sample size. So this is the sample size that student B would need to choose to get quarter of the standard deviation that sample A or that student A would have.